Okay, so in the previous class we had understand like everything about module, kernel, device driver. So now today we will write our own module this time. Now we are going to write our first module. In every kernel module we need to tell like from where it will be start and where it will be ending. So that for start and ending we need to use the macro called module init and module exit. This module init module exit is sitting in this file that is called linux module.h. Same way in our program we have to use print k. Print k is like how we are having a printf in the user space programming. Same way we are having print k here in the kernel space. So kernel space, if we want to print, we can use the print k. This print k is defined into linux kernel.h file. So these two files we need to include in our program. In C program we are having the entry. In C program we are having the entry point and exit point. Like normal C program we are having a main as a entry and we are having exit point. But in Linux the main is already running because our Linux is already running system. And in the running system we need to insert our piece of code. Like earlier I was writing program. So you see here, this is our main. So we are in the Linux already somewhere main is already running, and this program is running. Now we want to add one new functionality in it. So we want to add one new functionality. In that we had wrote whatever required for that we had wrote the program. But this main function is already there. So in this program we cannot have another main. We cannot have two main simultaneously. So what we have to do is, we wrote this program we can insert here, that is not a problem. But how this program will be, like this program need to have somewhere it need to have entry and somewhere it need to have exit. So it need to have somewhere entry and somewhere it need to have exit. So how to give entry and exit for that? So in module what we are having a something called module init and module exit. That is what I told upside. So module init and module exit is our entry and exit point. So let's see, we'll check it. Apart from that also we are having some other macros that macros also we required. Some of them are compulsory, like this license is compulsory in our module. We'll see this in how to write program. So let's create our first program in maybe hello world. So these two files we had included. These are the file. This is module underscore license. This is a macro. You see it is in caps. Module underscore license, and we have to give the GPL licensing. So licensing we will be discussing later stage in a detail. So that time I will tell you. Currently for now you just write this line as it is. I made one function here. I given name as start. You can say start1, start2, or maybe any name you want, you give it here. This is one function. This function is starting here, ending here. And in this function I am just printing some message. Whatever message I want I am printing. When we write print k, we need to give the tag also. We need to give the tag. This tag is we are having a different kind of tag like kernel info, kernel error, kernel critical. Like that we are having around 7 to 8 tags are there that I will be showing you today itself. So we have to choose like what kind of message it is. Now in this function I am saying just hello, this is start of function, and return 0, that's all. I make one simple function. Anybody having doubt in this function?
No, sir.
Okay, same way we made one more function. In this function what we had done is, we are also printing hey goodbye, we are exiting, that's all. But you see here this function is void. This function I made void. It means it's not taking any argument, but this function is returning integer, and that is the return 0. So there is a, that we have to make it as it is. We cannot change this thing. But this function will, this is just our function. That is, we had wrote it. Kernel don't know whether he has to call this function in the start or not. Same way this function we wrote, kernel don't know whether this function need to call at the end or not. So in order to achieve this thing, we have to use this macro. Module init. Module init means, module init is a macro, and we are saying, hey, look, whenever you start the module, call this function at the initialization time. And when we are exiting, that time you call this function. You can ask question, I will be happy to tell you.
So, like a C program, we don't have any curly braces starting, ending, and stuff.
We have now. We have curly. See this function having curly, this function having curly. Each function is having separate curly, right?
Yeah, but I'm asking, like main, we have big one.
We don't have here. Main is already running.
Yeah. So once that module dash exit will call, it will automatically exit from this program.
Yeah, it will automatically call this function, and inside that function, whatever you want to do, you can do it.
Okay.
So currently we are not doing anything. We are just printing message.
Okay. So one more doubt. Like after module exit, again we can call module init.
No. Exit means it removed.
Okay. Then
so
we cannot.
See, I inserted this module. It will be using, and once you say remove, then it will be removed.
Okay. Got it.
If it remove, you cannot call again now. If you again want the functionality, again you have to insert it.
Okay, got it.
Understand, right?
Yeah, now understand.
Okay. So we'll write this file. So for that, let's go. So you can make one folder, and I want to tell one disclosure so that you people will not angry on me. Since you people are now started working with the kernel, working with the kernel means there is a chances like you will crash your system. So whatever backup, whatever important information you have, not in this program. So this program safely you can run, that like I am for sure for this program. But going forward, when we are installing the Linux, we removing the Linux. So you should have the spare PC or spare laptop with you, so that you will be not afraid to reformat them and install it again. So this is disclosure. It goes to everyone. If you want to like, there is a 100% chance where like you will be crashing the system when we are not in this class, so nothing to worry for this class. But going forward, whenever we are compiling Linux and we are putting, then there may be chances like things will go wrong. So you should not be afraid to format. You should not be afraid to reinstall the thing. So keep this in mind. Don't forget it. Even I will write in a group also. Okay, fine. So what you do is, so now what you do, you make one folder and then you make bin and maybe some C file. So you can say hello.c, like that you make it. End. So I made two function here. I made one init function and I made one end function. So here I will say like this. So I made two function here. One function is init function, one is end function, and I had initialized like that. After that I had created the make file. Which is something like that, and this is my program name. Then now okay. Do you have these two files in your folder?
Yes, sir. I have that too.
That's all. Nothing else is required. Okay, you see now my module is created, and if I go do it here ls, you see my first kernel object is created. Now I'll give one command, that is dmessage. So in dmessage we are having so many messages. So what I will do is I will clean my dmessage. So sudo dmessage, you can note down this thing, and then it is C. That's all. Now it is my dmessage is cleared. I don't have any dmessage. Now dmessage is empty. Now everybody see here, no matter which condition you are see here. Now this is my kernel object. This kernel object I want to insert. So how to insert? For that I have to give command sudo ins mode and my kernel module, like that. Done. So now it is my kernel, this module is inserted. How can I come to know? We can check first in the D message. You see in the D message I am getting hello, this is my first message module. We wrote this message, right?
Yes, sir.
So what I did, I inserted my module here, and this is the module. If I do the ls mode, and if I grab for first, you see this module is coming here. If I not grab, simple if I give, then also I can see. I have to go little upside. You see this is my module. You see my module is here. It means whatever module we had wrote, that module is coming here. Now if I remove it, see if I see D message, you see this is my first module. Now I will remove it. So sudo rm mode and my module name first. Enter. Now it is removed. So if I see in a D message, see it says bye bye. And if I do check now in a ls mode, it won't be available now. You won't see now you won't see here module, our module, because it removed. Everybody seen this thing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now
Yes.
one by one we'll solve the error. Okay, Saju, you share your desktop. What is your problem?